Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear. She was born and bred in Nashville, but she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. And giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. And she says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama fought cancer while she was searching stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw a summer's name and felt the heartache and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard us the best in her sadness rose, she prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy. She says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones on her, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be
Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. Hello, hello, hello. It is Thursday, December 25th, 2025. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, starting to have a wonderful Christmas, and all the kiddos loved it. Merry Christmas, everyone. I truly hope your Christmas is merry and bright, and I hope all your dreams come true. And I hope Santa was good to you all. I hope your children were well, happy, and very excited. Today, we must not forget the reason for the season. But unfortunately, what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about a little tragedy that happened many years ago. In downtown Nashville. We'll get to that in just a minute. I want to say hello to just me. Hello, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, H. Davis. I hope your Christmas has been wonderful, H. Davis. Let them 66. Hello. You emailed me a Merry Christmas. I will get it. I am getting there, honey. I am getting there. Thank you so much. Yaya, 81 missing in Tennessee. Hello, hello, hello. Merry Christmas to you. Daphne's Case Files. Hello. Thank you for being here. Jacqueline, good morning and Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everybody, everywhere around the world. Good morning, beautiful Sharon. Hello to you. Merry Christmas. I hope your Christmas has been bright. I hope it's been really good. Well, let's just make this day, it's not too late, H. Davis, to make this day a joyful noise and a joyful noise unto the Lord and your family, honey. Just be happy, happy, happy. Okay? Happy. I'm sorry you got tears in your eyes. I am so sorry. Thank you all for being here. Everybody is welcome. Everybody come in. Put the thumbs up. Like, share, subscribe. Do all the things. Do all the things. And I hope, again, you have a Merry Christmas, and I hope it's been wonderful for you. Because today is Christmas 2025, but we must not forget the reason for the season. Now, I want to talk about today. Hello, Southern Mom. Come on in. Come on in, honey. Good morning and Merry Christmas to you. I want to talk about today. Christmas is not immune to tragedy. There's been so many tragedies near and around Christmas and around the world and in the past and history and everything else. And my heart truly still feels for all of those people and everything going on bad in this world. Hello, Donna. Hello, good morning to you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you all for being here and watching. Seriously, thank you. I love you all. So I want to go back and I want to talk about Nashville today, downtown Nashville, and the horrible memories this day held and still holds to so many. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here with me today. Please hit the thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, do all of the things. That's free. It's Christmas. That will be your gift to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's grow this channel together. Let's grow this family. And anybody that joins a membership, welcome to the Smiley Squad. We love you. And thank you to all my mods. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, Jude. Merry Christmas to you, sweetheart. Merry Christmas, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very much. I hope your Christmas has been wonderful. I really do. Hello, honey. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Everybody that's coming in, anybody that will watch this later on replay. I know everybody's busy today. Some of them kids and grandkids are still opening them presents. I know what's going on. I was going to come on here and talk about this about the time that it happened that morning. And I'm like, oh, heck no. These kids are still opening their presents. These adults are still opening their presents. Everybody's having a good day. I don't want to destroy that. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Jude. And thank you and Merry Christmas. I love you, my friend. Thank you. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Christmas. Please enjoy it. Enjoy it. Make those memories. Make those memories, okay? Before we start, I want to say this. Today's live discusses violence, loss, traumatic events that occurred on Christmas morning. Please take care of your heart. Please step away if you need to. Your peace matters, your heart matters, and I understand. This live is not for any children. This live is about remembering, understanding, honoring the truth. This live is for educational and discussion purposes only. All information shared is publicly available and is presented under fair use. Speculation clearly will not be here. Clearly, this is labeled as my opinion only. It was Christmas morning, December 25th, 2020. Most of Nashville was asleep. Hey, Janice. Merry Christmas to you. Good to see you and blessings to you. It's December 25th, 2020. Most of Nashville was quiet. They were asleep still. People were sleeping in late. You know how they do in Nashville. They be partying. No, seriously, they were sleeping in, some of them. Presents waited under the Christmas trees. Church bells hadn't even begun to ring yet. And then downtown Nashville exploded. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. That morning, everything changed. There were no traditions on that morning. Not in Nashville. But it was a tragedy. And everyone was glued to the news. Not just there, but around the world. Some even tried to go see for themselves. It was chaos. A lot of cries, many tears. God, I remember that day. Many tears. People were just in shock. It was approximately 6:30 in the morning. There was an RV parked on 2nd Avenue North. And it detonated, y'all. But here's what makes this case especially haunting. Before the explosion, the RV broadcast warnings. It was really eerie. There was a calm female voice repeatedly saying, "If you can hear this message, evacuate now." Music played. There was a song called Downtown that played from that RV. It was so eerie. Police began to arrive. They began knocking on doors. They started evacuating people. And then the bomb went off. I want to watch something real quick and kind of get us started here. So let's share this. Hold on. Evacuate now. If you can hear this message, evacuate now.
Initial evidence does show that the early morning explosion was a deliberate bomb being set off in our community. And the blast caused injuries and catastrophic damage to this very historic part of Nashville.
We looked out the window and there was this white RV that was parked just across the street. And so it started playing this message.
The officers immediately began knocking on doors and evacuating residents here, not knowing if the bomb was going to detonate immediately.
It was awful. It was something that people never expected. They never would have thought that in a million years. But it happened. Hey, Bama Cat. I know people's Christmas just stopped. It just stopped. Janice, are you serious? You're from Tennessee and you didn't know this, honey? Yeah, there's trigger warnings. Trigger warnings, people. Merry Christmas, Leslie. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, you was actually in Nashville then? Yep. Oh, yeah, it was horrible, Janice. It was horrible. And like I said, Christmas is not immune. It's not immune to tragedy and things happening. There are trigger warnings. We are true crime here. And there's things to go over, but it's important to remember history and things that happened. Buildings were torn apart. Historic Nashville was left scarred forever. They're still not complete yet. Yaya says, I remember this well. Absolutely. Most do. Absolutely. No, it was in 2020, Donna. It was back in 2020. 2020, just me. Historic Nashville. Businesses, they were no more. People lost jobs. Lives were totally devastated. 8 people were injured. Thankfully, none was killed except the man inside the RV. But that blast, it crippled communication systems. Phones went dead. 911 services across multiple states were disrupted. This was very earth-shattering. And it was on Christmas morning in 2020. People could not call for help. The bomber, the person that did this and set it all in motion, was 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner from the Nashville area. And talk about disturbed, that he was. He acted alone. Thank God he acted alone. There was no terrorist group involved, no political people demand or involved, no manifesto sent to the media, but he died in the explosion. The hardest part, because none of this is easy, but investigators later revealed that Anthony Warner held deeply unusual beliefs. He believed in conspiracy theories. He believed early that reality itself was broken. He believed the explosion would somehow reset or end his existence. Well, his existence did end. His existence did get erased off the face of the earth. That is a fact, 1,000,000%. Yeah, time sure has gone by, hasn't it? The FBI concluded this was a suicide bombing driven by personal delusion, not ideology. But let me say this loud. I said it many, many times before, and I'm going to say it again. Mental illness does not equal violence. And most people struggling with mental illness never harm anybody. Some of them wouldn't even harm a hair on a mouse. That's a fact. But I will say, untreated isolation, paranoia, and detachment can become very, very dangerous, especially when it's ignored. And that's not the problem. Well, it's one of the problems. Don't get me wrong. It is one of the problems because it does get ignored. but that needs to be changed. Hello, Selena. Merry Christmas. Hello, Army vet. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Love you all. Thank you all for coming in. But here's the part that's still to this day, it unsettles many people. It unsettles. It's just there. There was a woman who knew Anthony Warner, and she warned police months earlier. She said he was building something. She said he was dangerous. But no intervention came. That leaves us with many questions that still echo today. That's still bothersome to me. Again, things just get ignored. People get ignored. Christmas is supposed to be about light and joy, but this reminds us that even on the holiest mornings and the happiest days, darkness can exist. It can be quietly next door, or it can be just like this. Not today, honey. This was in 2020, Christmas morning 2020. And I don't know who all knew it back then, but it was a huge, huge story, and a historical one now for sure. See, this wasn't about fame. It wasn't about hate. It was about a man who fell through every crack, and a city that paid the price. Because that city, downtown Nashville, it definitely paid the price. It's still paying the price. Law enforcement and FBI agents, ATF and Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, they were all on the site quickly. They worked very hard. They worked so hard. They collected massive amounts of evidence, including 3,000 pounds of debris and materials from the scene. They swept the area for additional explosives. They found none. They confirmed that the blast was isolated. Human remains from the blast site were matched by DNA and stuff linked to the bomber, Anthony, and to the vehicle, the RV he had registered to him, identifying him. Police interviewed hundreds of people, and they reviewed thousands of tips to try to learn why he did it. They certainly wanted to know why and how this happened. They had a lot of big shoes to fill that day. That day they had their work cut out for them. And I say bless them. I still feel for anyone that was there that day on that scene. FBI ultimately concluded the bombing was not terrorism, not in the legal sense, and there was no political or religious movement, no extremist group or anything like that. There was no clear intent to change society or influence the public. At least that part was a big relief, not only to them, but to the world. The world sat watching, except for Janice. No, I'm kidding, Janice. I'm kidding. A lot of people was busy in other parts with their family and their children. Thank God. Thank God, because this could have happened anywhere. But they found instead the evidence pointed to an act intended to end his own life by him that also caused a drastic public impact. Dozens of buildings in historic 2nd Avenue downtown was damaged. Some of those places they rebuilt and are still rebuilding, and some of them will never be again. Windows smashed. There was structural damage, debris everywhere. Again, telecommunications was down. Couldn't make calls. Can you imagine that? Couldn't make calls. Internet was down. Everything was knocked out. Especially AT&T. AT&T was just right there. Oh, wow. Wow. Thankfully, absolutely. Absolutely. I know many people personally that work downtown, and I know some that work downtown on 2nd Avenue and very close around there. They were out of work because of this. Many people were out of work because of this. Many people lost their jobs and their livelihoods. And that the people I know, they, to this day, have never been the same. But they now hate Christmas. They have PTSD around Christmas. But I thank God for those people, all the people, but the people that I know, I'm glad they're all alive. I was thankful then. I'm thankful now. I think about this all the time. I thank God. I wish it wouldn't have happened, but I thank God it didn't happen during a business hour, a business rush, or people enjoying downtown Nashville and getting last minute shopping done during all this on Christmas Eve. Cleanup and rebuilding began soon after, and emergency planners used the event to access and improve. Again, the bomber was identified as Anthony Quinn Warner, 63 years old. He was from Antioch, Tennessee. I kept saying that morning, my God, how did he go from Antioch over there and not be, it happens, folks. Antioch, Tennessee is a suburb of Nashville. So Anthony worked in information and technology. He worked in security systems, and he was described as some with skills in electronics and computers, but he acted alone, building and designating this explosive device. His neighbors described him as quiet, reclusive, and someone who didn't draw attention to themselves and didn't talk about politics or religion. He lived with his parents for many years before that, then living on his own after his father died in 2011. After that, he stayed with his mother for a little while before going on his own. He had a long working history in IT-related roles, including an independent computer technician and an owner of an alarm company back in the 1990s himself. He had no significant, nothing, to even be brought up except an old probation back from 1970s for marijuana. And okay, so what? So he wasn't no criminal. He was no criminal. He was not in trouble. But they found out some disturbing things about him. In the weeks leading up to Christmas, investigators learned that he made several unusual decisions, and that pointed to him planning his death. What he did was he gave away his car. He told somebody he had cancer. He signed away his home to a woman in California. Those who remember this will remember that well. Honey, if I was her, I don't want no part of that home. But he signed it away, his home, to this woman in California using a quick claim deed. No money, didn't sell, you know, it was a quick claim. He even quit his job and he told his employer he was retiring. Retired he did. His neighbors saw the RV being worked on and cleaned for weeks before the bombing. Please say that suggested preparation. All of these actions often signal someone who's planning not to be around or return. So if you ever notice that in someone, I would start to kind of worry. I would start to kind of question. FBI uncovered paranoia. He was erratic. He had, you know, erratic thoughts, beliefs. At one point, he even thought reptilians been aliens and was coming. I don't know. It was something like that. But he had a lot of unusual theories. There was no real definitive manifesto or clear written motive released. Not released anyway. Some acquaintances said he talked about trips to hunt aliens. He entertained notions to hidden forces. And then the FBI's official conclusion was that he wanted to end his life, and the bombing was given and driven by a mix of personal stressors. That he was deteriorating his relationships and these long-held beliefs, not an effort to investigate political or social change. His family cooperated. They cooperated with the law all during the investigation. After his identity was confirmed, neighbors and people, acquaintances, recalled him as quiet, unremarkably quiet, not prone to extreme outburst or anything like that. Again, he didn't like to draw attention, which made the bombing more baffling and shocking. But he intended to kill himself with the explosion. And he chose a location and time early on a holiday to avoid mass casualties. That don't excuse it, because anybody could have been there at any time, and people were there. But he wanted to do that at that time to avoid mass casualties while still creating a large impact for himself. That he did. It was crazy. That he did. Merry Christmas, Raymond. Good morning to you. I hope you and Chicken Ladies had a wonderful day. I hope you continue to have a wonderful day. Let's watch something else.
What's up, Timothy? Hey, man, we take the body. We got a conversation.
415 B9, 411 Charles. So you're not doing anything wrong, okay? You're not in trouble, but there is something serious happening down the road.
Go for 11.
Okay? Do you mind going down to second and
Where they need to go when they are evacuating the building. I've got second callers and the department managers on to know where they need to go.
Anywhere but the 2nd Avenue side, preferably the 1st Avenue side. As long as they don't go to the 2nd Avenue side, should be okay.
3593.
10-4.
That's so weird. That's like something out of a movie.
Like the purge?
Yeah.
Keep watching the WNERS.
Well, in the meantime, I found out that that building that it's next to is a building that houses all the hard lines for phones throughout the southeast.
Makes sense. Good spot for the bomb.
Take a ride up on
What?
This is going to be triggering to some, but y'all keep watching. It will be triggering. Just watch. Please don't have any little children in the room.
Take a ride on the 5th. Is what that says.
We do not need fire on standby at this time. Okay. Fire medical down here. Went off. Fire medical signal 10.
They were lucky. You see where they're at? Even the boards flew off the windows. Even the boards flew off. And they were a little bit of ways from it. Okay.
Down in Central ASAP. Ready to report. Oh, good. Oh, good. 423, I got 421 on the street. One south there. Command, I need all resources out on this call. Check in with your 10-4 ASAP. 423, I'm 424. Command, I want a roll call of all central personnel ASAP, starting with 11. 411, I'm 10-4. 15, 10-4. Where y'all need us? 425. On the second, Broadway. Opposed until a roll call is completed. Dispatch this man. I believe you have everyone except for 425. 425. Direct. 226. You got that 425 cover, so you're working with us. Hey, and second and broad. Second and broad. Command to 425. Are you 10-4? He's in 4.
Are you guys okay?
Correct.
No way, guys.
Where's your car?
How you doing?
Okay, go to your car.
What's going on? 213, myself and 215 are all going around. I got 213 and 215 around. Who else is around? I missed the first one. 221. Yeah. Direct. 221 for all the ball.
People were jumping out the windows. People was terrified. It was a nightmare. Merry Christmas, Cat Lady. Everybody coming in. Millie, hello. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Love you. Love and prayers to you, Millie. And let's see who else we got. Sorry, I'm just going to check this. Chicken Lady, Merry Christmas to you. I hope you have a wonderful, Merry Christmas. Love you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Hello, everybody. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe. Those are all free things. Yep, sorry, Raymond, that was a bigger warning. It's hard for me. I don't do like other creators. I'm not up to par on all that. So it's hard for me to swap back and forth. And so sometimes I don't catch it fast enough. And I appreciate my mods and anybody giving the, the trigger warnings or dropping the links or stuff like that. Thank you. Absolutely full credit to WJHG. Thank you. Hey, Cat Lady. That's right. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for becoming a new member, and welcome to the Smiley Squad. Welcome to the Smiley Squad. Merry Christmas to you. So let me see here. I'm sorry, I just didn't want to miss anything. Yep, welcome to Smiley Squad. Green hearts. Absolutely. And y'all put up praying hands. These people in Tennessee and some like me that are, if you're from there, I mean, you just don't forget these things. Tragedy does not just stop because it's Christmas or any other holiday. And we must always remember. Full credit, WJHL. I said G, WJHL. I apologize. Please go sub up to them. They are giving us this information. This was Christmas morning in 2020 We will watch another video. There's videos out there. There's videos probably every year, but there's videos out there from 5 years ago, 4 years ago. I think we're going to watch the one from 4 years ago. But this has never, ever been forgotten. It's never been forgotten. All right, let's carry on.
515 Charles coming in. 113 Charles is Central on Main Rail.
4,000 good. I'm just going to do. Well, it is that fire. The best way to cut through. You're driving the wrong way down 2nd from Union.
Yell at smoke. Hold on.
Land all units. We're here in secondaries. There could be ammunition inside the vehicle. Do not get in the open. Do not get out of the open on 2nd Avenue. 423, you're going to have to 10-9. Stay under cover. We have possible secondaries to ammo.
This was the actual day, Christmas Day, Christmas morning, downtown Nashville, 2020.
Command, make sure all units are direct. There may be ammo in that vehicle. We don't need anybody coming up the 2nd Avenue exposed.
You okay? Yeah, I'm good, man. I appreciate it.
44, we need a 47 to take the Broadway for an officer. There's a hearing loss in his left ear.
Please repeat.
That's black number. That's 411?
Yeah.
Charles on Central. You have about.
People were hurt. The only one that was killed was the man, Anthony Warner, in the RV who set all this in motion. People were hurt. It was a sad, sad, sad day. To this day, even all these years later, there will still be people who have PTSD. I think after watching this and remembering, we should all thank the EMS workers, the police, the FBI, the TBI, everybody that was on the scene that day. Nobody ever expected this. Nobody.
All the east cars, that 2nd Broadway. Where do you need us?
11 to dispatch. If you can start setting up officers, we appreciate it.
Is that your car?
Yeah.
Command. Just get Frank out as far as we can. Get some officers over on 3rd Avenue, blocking off all the secondaries. Over on 1st Avenue, get it out as far as we can. Get some up on the north side of us on 2nd Avenue here.
Hey, y'all gotta go that way. That way. Keep going.
What happened?
Mary 71, I'm
Oh, yeah.
in 3rd and Commerce.
No, keep going.
You know we lived there, right?
I would keep going.
Should do that. Okay.
416 Adam.
Hey, man. Hey, go that way, man.
Sorry,
You're good. You just go that way.
I'm managing this.
Dude, trust me, go that way. Please.
I saw it go off this morning.
I know it. Keep going that way.
Yeah,
As far as y'all can.
Pardon? Do you know what it was out there?
Not exactly.
It was pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big fireball. It was right on top of here. It was a pretty big fireball.
Yeah, it was. Just keep going.
Okay.
I appreciate it, guys. Keep going, though.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, 21, I'm at 4th and Church and last shattered over here by Printer's Alley. I think I'm outside of it right now, but I'm walking at 4th and Church. Traffic control set up at Union and 113 Charles, I'm at 3rd Avenue North and Union Street. I just close to CNC. They got resources coming.
So again, this does not stop tragedy. Christmas does not stop tragedy. And I really feel for those people. Thank you if you're somehow listening or hear this today for everything you did that day. Thank you. Let's see what y'all are saying. Sorry, I can't see it when it's big like that. Yeah, God bless those responders. Absolutely. You was a fireman for 20 years and you don't forget your calls. I bet you don't. And I started to say, I bet they don't forget. It's horrific, the things that they actually see anyway. It's horrific what all of the police and everybody have to endure, and people just don't know. They don't know. The intelligence community pays special attention to every event like this. Absolutely they do. Excuse me. Absolutely they do. It had to be very scary though when all the phones was down and everything was going on. Oh wow, in Australia back in December 2025. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it never stops. Tragedy just don't stop. Welcome in, Army Vet. That's right. We love Army Vet here as well. It's called Internet Fueled Lone Wolf radicalization. I can't say it this morning. I can't say it this morning. Y'all know me and my words, honey. Y'all know me and my words. Experts in 2025 warn that the internet is. I believe that. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for that. Absolutely. And the collapse happens online in ISO. Yes, absolutely. Well, hey, Nana, good morning. Very, very Merry Christmas to you, honey. Love you, ma'am. I hope you're having a great day. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Yep. Thank you for your service, Army vet. We love Army vet here. Thank everybody for their service. Thank you. I love you, Tammy, and Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for being a member for 23 months with the Smiley and Smiley Squad. Thank you. Thank you so much. Absolutely 23 months. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Yep. Thank you. Thank you all for showing your support. Yeah, this is a very sad event. There was no organized group, though, no terrorism network. Thank God. It could have been, you can't imagine after seeing that, but it could have been much, much, much worse. Anything after New York, man, everybody worries, and they should. They should. Army vet can tell you right now, things like this is probably going to continue, but it's being monitored. But there was no political strategy behind this attack. Motive remains partly, a mystery, because he did not have a clear explanation or leave a clear explanation. But the FBI review of this and of his life changes, his behavior, some of his writing points towards isolation and personal turmoil, and all that fixation on unusual ideas help them to sort this out and kind of figure out why. Again, it was 6:30 a.m. That was Central Standard Time when that explosion happened in downtown Nashville in 2020. The RV exploded on 2nd Avenue North. Police officers were already evacuating the area, as you saw, because he was playing this thing on through the RV, telling everybody to get out, go away. And then that song, that eerie song played. It's called Downtown. I don't want to play it here, but it's very eerie. Just pull up that song and listen to it. He wanted to make sure it fit. A lot of people speculated maybe that was one of his old loves or something at that time. But massive structural damage occurred immediately, and the entire downtown Nashville, they were on lockdown. Now, you had people running up, trying to go that way and stuff like that. Nope, it didn't happen. They didn't let it happen, nor should they. When things like that happen, it's very, very dangerous. Stay away. Stay away. Go as far as you can. The fire crews, they searched buildings. They searched for victims. At the time, they didn't know what might be going on or who might need help. Police initially feared for more bombs, but thank God there were none. FBI, ATF, Metro Nashville Police, and TBI was on the scene. Bomb technicians confirmed no secondary devices. Emergency responders found human remains at the blast site because Anthony was blown to smithereens. That had to be awful in itself to find those things. Phone outages began spreading across Tennessee and neighboring states. All this was going through all of this turmoil and chaos. It was shock. It was panic. It was fear right there on Christmas morning. Hello, Andrea. Good morning. Good morning. Merry Christmas to you. You live 5 houses from that? Oh, my God. And we lost. Oh, I am so sorry. Many prayers to you. Many prayers. I used to live in Antioch at one time, many, many years ago. I probably lived all over Nashville, honey. I lived all over Nashville, Davison County, Cheatham County. Honey, I've lived everywhere. But I grew up and my home and my roots was right there on Woodland Street. That's where I was born, raised. That's where my roots are. That's Miranda Lambert's song, The House That Built Me. That's the house that built me right there on Woodland Street. And I miss it. I miss them old days. I miss my family. I miss those days. But the same day, investigators traced the RV using the VIN number fragments, because there was only fragments left. They found the registration records. They had the surveillance footage, of course. And the RV was linked to Anthony Quinn Warner. Now, on December 26th and 27th, DNA tests confirmed remains belong to Anthony Warner. Search warrants were executed at his home and all of his storage areas, and authorities said he acted alone. That was a relief for so many. But how can you be happy about any of that? The only thing people were relieved about was that there was no more danger to them by the unknown, and it wasn't worse than it was. But thank God there was not more fear to come. FBI started interviewing hundreds of people, his neighbors, his former co-workers, any acquaintances he ever had. They tracked them down. They were all questioned. No accomplices were found. No manifesto is recovered. And then we fast forwarded over to March. So from Christmas Day 2020 to March, fast forward. March 2021, FBI concludes the bombing was definitely not terrorism. It was a suicide bombing motivated by personal delusions. Anthony Warner intentionally chose an early morning, a holiday, and a warning announcement likely to reduce loss of life while ending his own. But he wanted to endure a lot of destruction. He wanted to be remembered, and he wanted to leave a footprint. He did all of that. And all of this is from a man born in 1957 who grew up in Tennessee, and he worked decades in IT, electronics with alarms, intelligent technology, very skilled, but he was especially isolated. He believed in conspiracy theories and wanted to end his life. He had lots of mental problems. And he was going to leave this world with his mark on this world. He was going to be seen and he was going to be heard. And he wanted to make it very spectacular. He was heard and he left this world with his mark. That's sad, but it's true. He had no wife, no children. His friends and social circle was very, very little, very small. You know, he was described as polite, quiet, but reclusive. Nope, there was no known history of violence. Nope, there was no known extremist affiliations. But There were many, many red flags. A lot of times, we all ignore red flags. We must pay attention, y'all, and quit thinking because somebody's good, they keep it, they don't bother anybody, they blah, 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 blah. Stop ignoring that. Stop assuming they're okay. He gave away his possessions. He signed over his house in a quick claim deed with no money. He told people he had cancer, and that was not even true. He quit his job. He said he was retiring. And he worked so much, so hard, inside and out on his RV, cleaning. That's classic indicators of somebody preparing to die or never return. He held a long-standing conspiracy. He believed reality was broken. He believed death would free him from the loop. Oh, it freed him, okay. But I don't know about the loop. I'm not sure if he went upstairs or downstairs, but it freed him. FBI stated his thinking showed detachment from reality and not anything political. So after the explosion on that Christmas morning, Nashville didn't just wake up. It froze. Streets were empty. Phones went dead. People could not call 911. Investigators worked through that debris. That once held a lot of laughter, history, music, parties, and then they found the truth. Not a group, not a movement, not a terrorist, but one man, a quiet man, a lonely man, a man who planned this all by himself to disappear, and not just disappear off of the face of this earth. He wanted people to leave. He chose the time. He chose the time when the city slept. He chose destruction instead of help. This does not excuse what he did, but it reminds us something we don't like to talk about, and it reminds us of something very uncomfortable, that people can unravel very, very quietly. It reminds us that warnings don't always get taken seriously, and that ignoring isolation can have very bad consequences far beyond one's life. Nashville's strong. Nashville survived, but scars are still there. They're there on buildings. They're on systems. They're in people's memory that will never go away. Never. You see, we're sitting here talking about it today, and I'll bet you anything I won't be the only one, or in the last few days, I haven't been the only one. Christmas morning will never sound the same, not for Nashville, not for the people directly who was involved or affected that day. And this, people, this is why we talk about these stories. This is why I talk about these stories, not to glorify, not to excuse, but to understand and to do better, to know the signs, to pay attention, That's why I do this. Let's watch. This was, I think, 4 years after the bombing.
Quarters, although I think one of the reasons why I'm so comfortable saying that Chase Young is back is because he has shown a propensity to show up when it matters most. Third downs, fourth quarters, third quarters, second halves, all of that when there are... Ooh. What is good, Who Dat Nation and Who Dat
I don't know where the volume is. Can y'all help me out? I don't see the volume. What in the heck? Hold on a minute. Y'all bear with me. I got my eyes, something. All right. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wait a minute. It was right. Hold on a minute. What was it at? Wait, I know. I thought I saw it. It was something that came up right there. What in the heck?
family? I am your host, your friend, Ross Jackson, New Orleans native, your New Orleans member of the media covering those New Orleans Saints as a Saints beat writer over at LouisianaSports.net. And on today's episode, we're going to dive into my Christmas wish list for the New Orleans Saints going into 2026, adding some explosive pieces all over the roster, and a big-time trade that the New Orleans Saints should consider making, and fingers crossed they get the opportunity to execute. But we're going to lead everything off with Chase Young, the New Orleans Saints defensive end who has played incredibly well so far this season, is officially back. We got all that and a little bit of Lagniappe for you on today's episode. We appreciate you very much. Whether it's your first time or your next time being here with us this time, making this your first listen, and being an everydayer here on the show, which is a proud part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. If you want to get in on all of the action, especially as the NFL season continues,
see, there's the volume, but it's off. There it is.
FanDuel.com. Today, New Orleans Saints defensive end Chase Young appears to be all the way officially back. What do I mean by that? This is a guy that came in as the number 2 overall selection just a few years ago, and there were immediate question marks about whether or not he was going to be able to live up to that number 2 overall selection status. Dealt with injuries. There were a lot of questions
he
about
had
effort.
some kind of
Ends up
warning
getting
going.
traded
It was
and
a
sent
lady's
from the Washington
voice,
Commanders
really
over
calm,
to the
telling
I think at the time, the
everybody
Washington
to
football
evacuate.
team over the San Francisco 49ers. He plays very well for a San Francisco 49ers team that makes a run all the way up to the Super Bowl that year, but then doesn't re-sign with that San Francisco 49ers team. And so when he came here to New Orleans on an incentive-heavy one-year deal, there were a lot of question marks, including from myself, about how he would translate and how things would work out for him in a new environment. Then he signs a new 3-year deal going into this offseason after having an impactful first year in New Orleans where he appeared in every single game. And unfortunately started this season with injury, didn't make his debut until the Week 6 game up against the New England Patriots, but since then has been on an absolute tear. And it seems that Chase Young is indeed back. 7 sacks on the season, just a half sack shy of tying his career high of 7.5. I think he gets a new career high by the end of this season, with 2 games going up against Cam Ward as well as Kirk Cousins. We'll take a look at both of those quarterbacks here in just a second, and I'll explain to you why I think Chase Young does get his career high. But he's number 3 in the NFL in terms of get-off time, meaning how long it takes for him to get off of the line of scrimmage following a snap by the opposing offense. He is one of the best in the NFL when it comes to generating quick pressures as well, something that has not been a part of the New Orleans Saints pass rush recipe or ingredients list for a long time.
The FBI
we always talked about this Saints pass rushers being a pass rush that gets home on second and third efforts because coverage is holding up on the back end, but not a lot of guys creating sacks off of quick pressure. That has changed since Chase Young has arrived. Number 5 in the NFL right now in terms of time to pressure. So you're talking about time to throw all the time for quarterbacks. Well, Chase Young in less than 2.7 seconds is getting 2 quarterbacks, or at least putting pressure on them, and has several quick sacks on the season as well. Sacks achieved in less than 2.5 seconds. That kind of pressure is very different than the wear you down and win on second and third efforts and wear you down until the third and fourth quarters. Although I think one of the reasons why I'm so comfortable saying that Chase Young is back is because he has shown a propensity to show up when it matters most. Third downs, fourth quarters, third quarter, second halves, all of that. When there are moments where you can take control of a game, we've seen Chase Young say, "This game is mine now." And we certainly saw that as a great example up against the Carolina Panthers just a couple weeks ago.
Over society.
He's also right now the second defensive lineman on the team behind only Cam Jordan when it comes to pressure to sack percentage. That means turning pressures into actually finishing plays at the quarterback. We've seen Cam Jordan tick up over 30% on that. We see Chase Young hovering at just over 20%, according to our friends over at True Media.
Wider sidewalks.
Cam Jordan, of course, with 8.5 sacks on the season, but you have Chase Young with 7 sacks on 32 or 33 pressures, depending upon which analytics site you're looking at. And that's massive in terms of being able to turn over those sacks, to create those sacks out of pressure, as opposed to the almost sacks that we're accustomed to seeing. So this entire defensive line, including Chase Young, has taken a big step forward when it comes to actually finishing plays at the quarterback and avoiding those embarrassing almost sacks. As we mentioned, he's only a half sack away from his career high, tying his career high, but he's also had at least a half sack in all but 3 games that he's appeared in so far this season. And he's coming off of a year where he had a career high 73 pressures. So we're seeing the momentum continue to build for Chase Young. One of the big question marks about him coming into this year when he re-signed with the team for 3 years was whether or not he was going to be a fit in Brandon Staley's defense. And I think unequivocally the answer is yes. And it's very hard to debate otherwise. He's been a massive fit for Brandon Staley. Now, is he the type of defensive end that you want dropping back into coverage? No, probably not. But has he proven to be a liability when asked to do that? I dare say no. The New Orleans Saints are one of the best passing defenses in the NFL, despite seeing some of the most passing attempts against in the league. This isn't a defense that has ranked highly in terms of passing yards allowed because the teams across them continue to run the football against them. The Saints are seeing some of the most passing attempts against them so far this season. So for the Saints, I think that what they're seeing and what they're able to prove, particularly over on the defensive side, is that Young has indeed been a fit for this Brandon Staley defense. And you only look for them to get better and better as they go into player acquisition again and start to bring in some more players. I mentioned that we'll take a look at the 2 quarterbacks the Saints have on the way, and why I think that
this was 4 years
after Cam Ward, 51 sacks so far this season. That's second in the NFL, only 1 behind.
I don't know what happened to that sound. I don't know where it's at. I can't see it.
Some questions are better left
It's okay. It's okay.
For everything else,
there's something else there.
There's Just Answer. Just Answer is the quickest way to chat with a vet in real time. Get help from verified experts in minutes, even in the middle of the night. We match you with an expert who's qualified to answer your question. Meet Dr. Peter. He has more than 20 years of experience and a doctoral degree in veterinary medicine.
It has the sound on right here.
Click below to connect with an expert.
That was the gist of it, and it was red, so it's okay. Sorry, y'all. Merry Christmas, Reba. Hello, everybody coming in. Leslie, keep it real. Oh, you could hear it, or you could hear me. Oh, you could hear it. Could you hear that man talking? Yeah, I see your message. I just thought you said I had something else playing in the background. Hey, it's okay. Y'all get the gist of it. Merry Christmas, Julie. Hello. I don't know. I couldn't find. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I am. I couldn't hear it on this end. What is going on? I don't know. It's okay. But it's okay. It's okay. Y'all get the point. You get how sad it is. There's plenty of videos and stuff out there that y'all can hear and see, even through the years. But we talked about a moment that shattered the city, and it was on a morning that was just meant for peace and happiness. We talked about damage you could see. We talked about damage you couldn't see. So I kind of want to end here, not with the bomb, not with the man, not with the destruction. I want to end with what we choose next, because darkness does not win. Stop letting darkness win. Just because darkness shows up, it only wins when we stop paying attention. It only wins when we stop checking on people, when we stop believing presence matters. And some people, they unravel very quietly. That's important to know. They don't scream. They don't ask. They just kind of disappear inside of their self. And sometimes the warning signs don't look dramatic. They look like silence. They look like withdrawal. They look like giving things away or saying, I'm fine. They're not fine. So if you hear anything in this story that sounds familiar, please don't just brush it off. Reach out. Talk to people. Ask again. And if you're the one hurting, if you're the one that it hit closer to home, and if it did hit closer to home, please hear me. You are not a burden. You're not invisible. And this world is better with all of you in it. But don't let it manifest to these things. Christmas morning should never sound like an explosion. It should sound like a breath of hope, like another chance, belief, faith, love. I'm asking you to do one thing for me. Be kind. Be gentle with yourself. Be present with someone else. Don't carry heavy stuff alone. Darkness does not always win because it shows up, and it shows up when you least expect it. It only wins when we stop paying attention, when we stop checking on people, and when we stop believing that presence matters. Again, some people unravel quietly. They don't scream. They don't ask. They disappear in their selves. Sometimes the warning signs don't look dramatic, y'all. They look silent. They are silent. They're withdrawal. And they might be giving things away or saying, I'm fine, when they're not. If you hear anything familiar in this story, don't brush it off. There's help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on holidays. If you need to talk privately, please reach out. You don't have to carry this alone. You don't have to be in this alone. There's the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and you can text it or you can call it 24/7. It's available 24/7. Again, even on holidays, it's confidential. And let me stress something I've never stressed before. To call that number, to use that number, to text. You do not have to be suicidal to do that. You can just call. You can text home to 741-741. There's trained crisis counselors, and they will text you back anytime. If there is an emergency or immediate danger, or you're in immediate danger, or you think there's immediate danger, call 911. Or if you need to go to the nearest emergency room, go to the nearest emergency room. Listen, it's not just the United States. There's also help outside the United States. There's a place you can go to. It's called findahelpline.com, and it's available in most countries 24 hours a day. Findahelpline.com. If you need to, there's no excuses. But I end this live with this. I just want you to pause, and I want to say thank you. Thank you to every single person who helped, who always helps in emergencies, in these situations. Thank you to every single one of you, every single person who come in here with me to this live, or even will be watching it on replay, and spent part of your time here with me on Christmas Day. Whether you spoke in the chat or you just sat quietly in the bushes, whether you like me or you don't like me. Your presence matters. It matters more than you know. And I want to give a special thanks to all my mods. You are my backbone. You're my backbone. You protect it. You keep it kind. You keep it respectful. And I truly could not do this without you. I appreciate you more than you know, more than words can say. I thank you for all of you do, all that you do, all of you. And to this entire community, thank you for showing up with compassion, with grace, and with open hearts and open minds. These conversations are not easy, but you all hold them with care. And as we go on into Christmas and our Christmas Day, I want to say this. May each and every one of you be blessed with peace, comfort, safety, and with a moment of quiet joy, and with the reminder that you are not alone. I've had people tell me today, I'm spending Christmas alone already. You're not alone. Smiley loves you. I love you. For anyone facing an empty chair this year, for someone, anyone, everyone carrying grief, for anyone just trying to get through the day, not just this day, but every day. I see you, and I am sending you my love, my prayers, my hugs, my hope, my faith. From my heart to your heart, I wish you all a very blessed day, a very blessed Christmas, a very blessed New Year, every day. And I love you so much, Leslie. I love you all. So I will see you in the streets. Go get some eggnog. YouTube streets, that is. And have one for me. I love it. And I love y'all. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. May your day be bright.